Hi everyone. I wanted to share a dream with you that I had last night. So in the dream, I was across town from where I live, and I was trying to come home. It was nighttime, and I was on the one side of the town, and I had to cross a bridge. We actually do have a bridge from where I was coming from to where I was going to. I was trying to get home. So as I'm trying to go over to the bridge, I noticed that there was something that had happened ahead of me, and I couldn't cross the bridge. So I get out of my car and I'm looking, and I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know what it was, but I just know I couldn't cross. Well, anyways, I saw the water was also on the road. And I thought, oh my gosh, okay, so the water's, quickly rising, and I'm trying to get across to go home. So as I'm, looking at the water, I'm like, okay, I could still cross, but the accident's in my way, so maybe I'll just try to walk. So as I'm walking, I notice the water's quickly rising, and I'm thinking, okay, let me just go back and get my car so that I'm not walking through it. So I go back, get my car, try to get a little bit closer and look again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now the water is just rising so quickly that there's no way that I can cross it at all. So I get out of my vehicle and I go and I turn back around, and I see these two gentlemen, and they're standing over to the side. Well, as I'm getting ready to talk to them, I see my oldest son. And I yell out his name, and I'm like, you need to turn around. Like, you cannot go through that. There's no way you're going to go through it. And so as I'm yelling that to him, he's like, oh, no, I got this. It's okay. I'll be fine. And I'm like, no, you need to stop right now. Listen to me. His name is Zach. I was like, Zach, you need to listen to me right now. Turn around. So he turned around and he came back towards me. So I go back and I talk to these two gentlemen. I'm like, hey, I need to get a hold of my husband. I need to call him. He's probably worried about me. So I noticed the one guy said he had a phone, and what he pulled out wasn't a cell phone. It was actually an emergency radio phone. It was like a thicker type phone, like this, how the cell phones looked way back in the day. But in my dream, I knew it was an emergency phone. So he hands me the phone, and I call my husband, and I'm like, you need to come get me. Like, there's water quickly rising. There's a flood. I'm not going to be able to get home. You have to come get me. So he said, Jen, I am coming to save you. So the dream ended. So this morning, I get up and I try to go for a walk every morning, and I just was praying and talking to the Lord. I'm like, Lord, you need to give me a confirmation as to what this dream was about. So as I'm walking, like, I am almost in tears over this, and I just felt my soul grieving so much that I wanted to lay on my face on the ground and start crying and just telling the Lord, like, please, like, you have to come get us. The world is just erupting in chaos. So as I'm walking, I'm like, Lord, please give me a confirmation. So I call my friend, as I normally do every day. Her and I just love to conversate about Jesus and just about the things that are going on. So as I'm telling her about my dream, I get the confirmation. So the flood is the surrounding chaos that's going around our world right now, like kind of like the tribulation, just chaos surrounding us, and it was rising very quickly. That flood water was like overtaking, it was overtaking the road. There was no way that anybody would be able to cross. So my son, he actually represents someone that he's of the younger generation who thinks they have everything covered and can do it themselves. So I knew that he represent kind of like the generation that think they can handle it. He also is someone that I think he listens to me secretly and has faith in his heart, but hasn't like maybe professed, but I think he listens to what I say. So, he knows the things that I've said, like the confirmations Jesus has given me. He knows that I'm telling the truth. I have no reason to lie. And if Jesus isn't real, then you know what? I've lost. But if he is real, I have every single thing to gain. I've witnessed, so many things that Jesus has done and just saved my life, and I can go on and on. So anyways, the radio phone was an emergency phone. And I just knew that when I was calling my husband, it was actually my husband represented Jesus. And that phone was an emergency because the flooding waters and chaos was around. And Jesus said, Jen, I'm coming to save you. And so I think that just shows like Jesus is coming to save us no matter what's happening. When the flood water rises, the chaos around the world erupts, Jesus is coming to get us. So I really want to, for you guys to take that to your heart, pray on it. Again, like my son, I wanted to say, in my soul, I really feel that we have a generation of people that might be either on the fence or just, need someone to call out and say, hey, do not go near that trouble. Jesus is going to save you. So anyways, take this, have a great day, and be blessed.